Good morning everybody and welcome to this Tuesday morning of our live launch. Now I'm here this morning with my fabulous friend who has just told me this second, remember to say my name right. Good morning Natalie Eagleton.
Good morning Kelly Singleton.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm very good. Do your friends still call you Musprat? Because my friends still call me by my maiden name.
Yeah, we went out, it's really funny actually, we went out at the weekend for a couple of drinks with Dan's friends and we were having a debate and Natalie Musprat got shouted across the table and I went, my name isn't Natalie Musprat anymore!
Oh well, you're still Musprat to me.
I know, I feel like a Musprat, it's not changed. Just on my driving licence, the bills, but yeah.
Well, we hope you've all had a lovely long weekend. We are back here with lots of new things to show you and today we've got our fabulous magazine to show you. So if you've already got this on subscription, you'll have seen this, but we'll go through this in detail with some lovely sneak peeks of what's inside. But first up, let's do my favourite thing of a new week. What is this week's Win It Weekly? So this week you can win our fabulous Brush Markers Ultimate, no original collection. So this is worth £69.95. So you're going to get 48 brush pens and you're going to get the lovely book here so you can learn all your tips and tricks and get you colouring like a pro in no time. So there are going to be 2 lucky winners and we'll announce them on Friday. And all you have to do is answer, like, share and comment to the following question. What is the official dish of the King's coronation? Is it A, quiche, is it B, cake, or is it C, curry? Do we know? I think we know.
I do know. It's very weird though, like I don't understand how this became a thing. Is it just like his favourite food or something?
Well, I think it's quiche. Is it quiche?
I think it's quiche, but I want to know why. You
Yeah.
better have a good answer on Friday, Emily. I want a full breakdown.
We'd like the ingredients and also the recipe on Friday, please.
Yes, that would be cool actually.
Yes, so if you let us know and don't forget to share and like on the video and we'll announce 2 lucky winners on Friday. So that's our Win It Weekly. So of course with the magazine you're going to get £15 worth of free gifts with this and we will show you them in depth, but first I just want to show you the VT with all the cards made by our team. So you can just see here over to my left all the free gifts that you're going to get if you grab this magazine. So the magazine is £9.99, but don't forget if you sign in as a club member you'll get this for £9.49 or a diamond member that's £8.99. And if you want to subscribe to our Crafty with Hunkydory subscription, you're going to get this magazine before anybody else, well any further magazines before anyone else gets them. You're going to get our diamond membership which is worth £19.99 and you'll get that for the year and there's so many benefits with that. You're going to get a free gift, you're going to get extra discount on the website, bonus points,
Your super speedy order.
order.
You get them,
which is what you want.
Yeah.
You want your
all the
crafting
time.
supplies ASAP. So yeah, that's definitely the best way to grab our magazines and you can get that for £47.95 and that lasts for the year.
Do you know why it's another really good reason to grab it?
Do tell.
Do you know how quick these magazines have been selling out?
Well, I did just go into our lovely editor's office just to say I'm doing a show today.
Yeah.
Talk to me about your magazine. What's good about this issue? And she said that they have been selling so quick.
Honestly, Kelly,
so quick.
They've gone in less than like a week and a half. The first magazine was gone in like a week. People were calling us saying, I can't get the magazine, what's going on? Well, you're just going to have to subscribe. It's the only way.
It's the only way.
And subscribing as well means that your magazine is even cheaper.
Yes.
Which is a really good thing to think about. Like, it might be that quite a bit more expensive, but you're going to get 6 issues and it brings the cost down, I think, by like an extra £1. So you're saving
20%.
even more, 20%, isn't
Yeah.
it? So you're saving even more on that, which is it's a pretty good thing to do. It is.
And now because I'm just back from maternity leave, so obviously I'm not fully in the know. But these magazines, there's so much in them.
There's
so much in them.
There is loads in this one. We've got really handy tutorials and sort of like features on how to use products in certain ways. It's jam-packed full with so
Emily,
many.
can we do a quick flick of the magazine?
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it.
We're allowed.
Have to do it super speedy.
So we've got as well in here some like more in-depth tutorials.
Yeah.
They were telling me we've got more of the dyes in here. So we've got some dyes that go along with this magazine. So we've got some tutorials on that as well. We've also got.
Oh, these are brand new sneak peeks. These aren't coming until like the middle of the month. So there's some really cool projects with products that we've already launched that you'll have seen, like our archways. Our mini shape builders are in here. We absolutely love those here at Hunkydory.
And here as well. You know,
just you know. Have you earmarked that page, Kelly?
I have. But we was talking about the stamps, and you can show 2 different effects with the same stamp, which is nice. And we've also got. I like this a lot.
I love this one. It's so pretty. There's so many really cool things in here, though. I mean, we've got previous things, we've got future things. Everyone is going to absolutely love it.
And I know what's following this. Well, hey, look. You might say the 2 best people of Hunkydory are in this magazine.
You may say that. You may say that. Some sneak peeks of things that I made for my wedding. I was very excited to put that in there. Colouring toppers, especially for you. So many amazing things, and as always, in the back of these magazines we've got templates for you.
Oh yes,
giveaways, competitions. They're always in there.
I've got here
Sneaky
as well.
Little Christmas.
This is one of the giveaways from the magazine. So if you want to win this by Anne-Marie, you just follow the instructions in the magazine, and we can post that out to you. It's a lovely exploding box that Anne-Marie's made.
It's very cute, isn't it?
Fantastic. And I best just show you because we mentioned it, and you might know. Let me just look. Look what's coming. But enough of that, because we're not quite there.
No, we don't want to be there yet, do we?
We don't want to be there.
It's coming. The next couple of weeks, he'll be here in the office with his belly full of jelly.
So, of course, if you grab our magazine, they're always absolutely jam-packed with free gifts, and this is this one. So what is this called? It's called Time to Unwind, and it's absolutely beautiful. I think it's really inclusive. You can use this for masculine makes or just for anybody, but
I think so. You've got a real nice classic feel in here with the artwork as well, haven't you?
Fabulous for Father's Day as well. And we've got
just
this
around the corner
really nice argyle pattern, which just reminds me of like socks, jumpers,
sweaters.
Yes.
Yeah, it has that real nice classic feel to it, doesn't it?
Really nice. Anyone you know who likes these fancy cars, perfect. You could even fussy cut that out. And then we've got more of a countryside theme, and all these lovely flowers around this cottage, and the cottage roof has all been accent foiled, so that just looks really fantastic.
I think it's a great one for male and female cards, this one, like retirement, or even for box making and making home decor projects with. This one's going to look lovely in frames, especially this cardstock.
You almost don't want to do anything with
Absolutely
this.
not.
It's a lovely scene.
It's
and
beautiful.
one of the sentiments on this is the smallest moments provide the happiest memories.
It's very true.
I love sentiment. I'm very easily pleased. And
Gorgeous colourways though, so rich and deep.
Yeah, it really
that you've got in it, and it's such a wide variety of themes as well. Like we've had music, we've got the painting, we've had the gardening, we've had sort of like the wining and dining, we've had the cars. So it's a real inclusive collection.
And a bit of
Love
gardening
this
as
one.
well. It's just perfect.
I love that.
So there's really, as well, if you don't want to use this straight away, you know, we've got all like seasons covered in here. We've got the gardening.
Absolutely.
We've got all sorts. So that is the fabulous deluxe card collection that you're going to get in there. We've also got this embossing folder, which is that lovely pattern.
It's incredible, isn't it? I cannot believe that we're putting embossing folders in our magazines. These embossing folders themselves should be about £9.99.
Yes, they should, shouldn't
So
they?
it's that, however way you look at it, you're getting a lot for free here.
Oh, absolutely. And don't forget your double-sided papers. So these, all those lovely deep, rich colours as well, and all the textures on these are just beautiful. So going to really add something extra to your cards.
I love that one.
Oh, look at the nice sky there. And then this one goes perfectly with those arty toppers you just saw, and the music one. And we've got the music sheets on the reverse of that one. But of course, that's not it. If you are used to our hub, our online hub, you can go on and you can download our inserts. So you can print these out as many times as you want. Is there a thickness you recommend printing these on?
I think sort of like 150.
Yep.
Is a great thickness. That's sort of like the thickness that of our normal inserts that you'll buy in the packs, and you can always go onto the website as well and get our Hunkydory printable insert paper.
Of course, make it easy
and print
for
them
you.
straight onto there. But they're just great. To have them that coordinate with the kit is really something quite special, and the fact that you can print these out as many times as you want as well is really, really good, because you know, we like to stretch these kits, we like to make a lot from these kits, so being able to download as many as we need is absolutely fantastic.
And some of those themes as well, they'll go with other cards that you have, or even if you wanted to stamp on some of those backgrounds, you've got them to just print out time and time again. But I want to see what you're going to do for us this morning.
Well, we're going to start off with the collection, and I've chosen this one because there's so many lovely elements with this, and I'm going to go with the foil cardstock. Now this has a lovely edged border on here, and we're going to sneak peek a die with this as well.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to do a stepper, because you just have to do a stepper card when you've got beautiful images like this. Now I'm just going to I want to cut this down to 28, but I want to have this edge on my first step, so I'm going to cut that. I'm going to line that up to the 3 and just cut away those flowers there until I know that's perfect, and we're going to switch it over and we're going to make sure that that now lines up to 28. And then the next stage is to work out this spacing that we have on here. Now this is really important for this card, because we're actually going to do something a little bit fun. So I'm going to use this super thin topper, I think, with the absolutely super cute Labrador on here. Me and Dan did something really strange yesterday. I need to tell you what it is before you think that it's really weird, but we were walking Oscar, and there was oh my god, it was absolutely adorable. There was a little black lab, and you could tell it was like his first walk out because his harness didn't fit him properly. Aww. And we're across one road just cooing over this dog, and I'm like, see, this is why we need another puppy.
I was just going to say, it's not time.
No, he won't let me have one.
No.
He said, you can have one if you walk it, and I don't walk Oscar, so I'm not allowed one. But it got to the point where this woman looked at us, because she could clearly hear us cooing over a dog, and we were like, we're really sorry, we're just looking at your dog. So she came over to let us stroke it, but oh my god, it was so cute. He was absolutely adorable.
I know, I did notice that little Labrador on the toppers before when I was looking. It's really cute.
It was really, honestly, I was like, see, this is what you look like when you were cute and nice and not mean like you are now. So we're going to pop our topper here. I want this to sit onto the center of our card. So if I just line this up and I work out my space in here, this needs to be, that can be about 3. So if I take now, there's lots of different ways in which you can do this, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my cardstock, flip it over, and I'm just going to mark it at 3. You can do it with a pencil, you can do it with a ruler. I don't know what I'm going to mark it with because I didn't bring anything in. Let's try this pen. We just need to have it as a guide. You don't need to have it all the way across, so I'm just going to put a few little dots on this section here, so I know where I've got to draw my other bits and pieces. So let's bring in our scoreboard, and of course, because we're doing it on here, we want it to be on the centimetre side. So now I can do my lines all the way up to that guide that we have created. So you want to do that at 3, 6, at 10, then all the way across at 14, and at 21. So we've got those side steppers ready to go. So now I've got guides in here where my pieces are going to go, and I want this piece to sit on my very back section, which is here. So if let me just work out, so that's going to be mounted, that's going to be at the top, that's going to be at the bottom, that's going to be at the top. We might just have to do the next step before we work this out because I don't want to do it wrong. So I'm going to line this up now to that 3-inch mark and go from my back all the way up to my top score line. And then I should be able to work this out now. We might just need to mountain and valley fold these ever so slightly because I know if I go a step too far, I'm going to pop this in the wrong place, but I'm sure it needs to be on there. Let's just fold it first. Because I know that if I don't fold it, I'm going to make a really big mistake. No, I was right. We're going to place this over here. So you want this to sit above that score line that you've created. And also, it's probably a good idea to maybe score your scores first, because then when we do pop it through our machine now, it's not going to budge in anyway. So just making sure that that is nice and central. And then we can use some tape just to stick that down, and then we're going to run this through our machine. So you don't need all the elements for this. We're just going to pop that through like so and run it through our machine. So let's just pop that through the Gemini, and it only will need to go through once, and then when we take this out, all being well, I've done this correctly, we will have that beautiful word just popping out from that back step. So, moment of truth, people.
I think it's going to work.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I'm glad that you have faith in me.
I'm positive this Tuesday morning.
So let's take this out. And we are just going to lift these words out from here. And then, oh no.
No?
I knew I'd done it wrong.
Upside down?
No, because I've put each edge here has little cut lines, and I've actually put them over my score. So at the back, it's cut through here. We can save it, it's not a problem. All we have to do is add a little bit of tape, but it's a really important note to make that if you're going to do this card, make sure it doesn't go over that score line. But you know, that's what we're here for, to try and test all the fun ideas before you do them and hope that they work. So let's just go over
and
that
it's an
bit
easy
there.
thing to do as well, and if you can fix it, that will show.
Oh yeah, if you can definitely fix it. So now we have a stepper card that has a really fun text on the top of the stepper, like so, and it's just a really cool way of doing that. So all you need to remember is where you're going to put it, because you can obviously put this on the front, you could have it here, you could have it wherever you wanted on there. You just need to remember to place it on like the reverse side of the stepper and to not go over that line there. Now if I'd have done this before I'd have trimmed it, then that wouldn't have been an issue, because we could have moved that score line over a little bit. But we've got that in place. We're going to add this one here. Let's just score all of these so it sits a little bit nicer, because that is moving out there. Just score all of these. And that now stands up wonderfully. There you go, you can see it. And then we'll pop our toppers on. So we're going to go with that one. We're going to also go with, to plant a garden is to believe in tomorrow, which I think is really, really cute. So let's add that one in. I need to put this big one in as well. The smallest moments provide the happiest memories, because it is so true. I want to make sure that I can add that though and still see my best wishes. Then we could put sending lots of love. We can add this one in as well, and I think let's go for the brown border strip. That one says just someone really special.
A lot of this topper.
We're going a little bit extravagant. Obviously you don't have to, but I think this is really going to work with all the different images that we have in here. So let's find some foam pads, and I'm going to stick this one on first, I think, and we're going to go quite far up. So I'll just place that on the top here, because I want to be able to see that nice foiled border. I'm going to add this one on with one of our super strips. Going to fit perfectly on there. and that can go across the center, I think, of here. So just lining that up with that top and bottom, so you've got that nice spacing on there. Special Memories is going to fit on the bottom, so you just want to put one foam pad on there and then just lie it across like this, so you can make sure that you're going to get that and still be able to see your best wishes. And then we can just fold this out really nicely, and we can add some double-sided tape onto this section here, because this is going to fit on our back panel. So just sticking that in place to someone special, and we can trim that off and leave that border with our collection for our next card. We've still got a lot of toppers on there. I think with the other cardstock that we've got included in here as well, we could definitely be making, I'm going to pop that one up there as well, we could definitely be making like 3 cards, because we've got so much more included to come as well that is going to work perfectly with this. So just sending lots of love just in the background there. And then there we go, let's just see if we've got any oh, actually I was going to go for classic gold, but I might now go for this really nice sepia colour.
Oh yeah, that'll look really nice.
They are going to work perfectly. Let's go for, I'm going to go for the brown again, and I'm just going to pop sort of like one gemstone. I'm going to go, is that going to go one there, one there. There we are, and then let's pop another one on that top section there as well, so that when this folds together, you've got that nice mix of 3 gemstones down the card, and then there you go.
That looks really good.
Let me pull it up together. There you are.
And
There's lots going on, isn't there? Lots of dimension, lots of things to look at and bring your eye towards the card.
But I'm surprised at how, like, once everybody knows how they're doing that, that's come together really quick.
Oh yeah, yeah.
When
you make sure that you're not going to make a mistake.
No, if not, you can't tell.
Then it works really well.
No, it looks really good. Thank you. And so we've also got some other cards from the team. So here as well, I'm not sure if you can see.
Oh
yes,
yes.
You can. The embossing folder there. That just looks amazing. And then another one using the same topper that. That's just no, it's not. Is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that smaller topper, I added that into the middle section.
And then just look at the colours on this one. Those reds and the browns have just worked really nice together. Adding a bit of ribbon as well too. And look at a little mini one.
That's very sweet. I love those easels.
Again, you probably have like bits of twine in your craft stash.
Twine's going to add such a nice touch.
And we've got some green diamonds there. So lovely.
That one's cool.
And then this one here, I just really like. I think this is my favourite top of the painting and guitar one.
It is very nice, isn't it?
It's lovely. There for all those sporty drivers out there. And another one here. So just as you can see, those cards are just look quite fancy, don't they?
They do look very fancy. It's that gold foiling and the accent foiling that just follows everything.
And of course we've not left it there. If you go on our website and you go to where the magazine is, we've also got a fabulous bunch of extras that you can grab just to make that go perfectly with these cards, so they'll just take them further. So we've got some adorable scoreable, and that's £9.99, but of course make sure you're signed in to save a little bit more. So you can see already these colours are just going to work perfectly with this free kit. And you're going to get 24 sheets as well, and it's our adorable scoreable, so you know just how good quality this is. And there's 8 colourways, and you're going to get 3 of each colour. Oh, just look at that lovely, rich, deep wine colour there. So that pack is just £9.99. That's not all. We've got some foiled cardstock. So, and you can see from that free gift as well that this is just going to go. It's all just fancy, luxurious. So 16 sheets of this with these fabulous patterns. Again, the same lovely, deep, rich colours. We've got that pattern there. And just with the foiling, that just takes it a little bit further, doesn't it? So you can see these are just going to go perfectly with that kit. And of course, if you get the magazine, there's going to be lots of hints and tips of what to do with this free gift if you need a little bit of inspiration. Beautiful music notes there, again in those same colourways. And we've got some polka dots, which are just perfect for all sorts as well. You know, you always use polka dots and like bits of textures. This looks like paint splat, so that'll go perfectly with that painting topper as well.
They've really been thought of, like the different patterns and designs you've chosen, and they all work so well with sort of like different toppers, different images that we've got in here. I mean, this one works perfectly with the sort of bass guitar that we've got included, with that sort of like really nice rich golden background.
Yeah.
It's very, very cleverly put together.
And then you will have just seen Natalie's sneak peek of these Moonstone dies, but we've got 2 of these on the edge dies for you. So they're $14.99 each, but of course with our Moonstone dies you can grab 2 for £24.98. So we've got this one, so this is the one you just used, the happy birthday.
It was.
And so, so there's more as well in there.
Yes, you've got 5 on the edge sentiments included. They're all different typographies, which is really fun as well.
Okay, so you're going to get happy birthday, thinking of you, best wishes, just because, and well done in that. So perfect as well. So Nat put hers on, is the stepper card? No, easel?
On the stepper, on the side stepper. There's so many fun things you can do with them though, because you can just simply put them on the edge of your card, but then you can put them on the top of your card. You could put them on like a slant on your card. You could put them in the center of your card and add a little bit of acetate in between.
Oh yeah.
So there's loads of really cool ways in which you can use them.
And you can see as well,
I love that one.
Like with this one, there's not much else on this, so they can make a card as well if you want that as your focus point.
100%. This one's just used that beautiful embossing folder.
Yeah.
So you've got the lovely embossing folder on those panels, just on gold and white though, so simple but so beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. And the embossing folder on white, you wouldn't think that works, but it really does.
No, it really, really does.
So
and if you want to
lovely.
add more to that, you can use like your water brush and just pop it in and just add little hints of colours. So we're going to use that for our next demo actually, and I'm going to use a real mix of things. So I've chosen the brown foiled cardstock. We've got some red adorable scorable. We've got this gorgeous gingham, really small gingham pattern from our double-sided papers, and we're also going to bring in some of our toppers. I think I'm going to go with Live Life and Have Fun, but I'm not sure which ones yet until we put this together. So we're going to start off by running our embossing folder through on here. So I'm just going to get both of my outside plates for my Gemini. And I'm just going to place this sort of in the top corner because I want to create a tiled effect with this, which we absolutely can do, but I just want to have as much as possible on here. So I'm sort of butting up my embossing folder to the very top, so I know that the pattern's going to be straight, but then on the edge I'm making sure that it just comes to where that design is, because that means I'm not going to have to cut anything away, and I'm going to save, even though it's going to be a slither, I'm going to save some of that design on there. So let's just run that through, and I might even just reverse that so that we get a really nice impression. So it runs through it twice. And then we're going to lift it out, and you will see that because it is on paper, it has sort of really gone into those designs there, but it gives you such an incredible effect. I mean, look at how detailed that is. And paper is sometimes harder to emboss because it is a bit more flexible. And then let's line up these lines here. So we're going to go straight again into the top so we know it's straight, but we want to make sure that these embossed details here line up really nicely with the embossed purple edges, so that that's going to tile perfectly together. And let's run that through again. So let's pull this out, and then we have that larger sort of panelled section that we can use on our card. So I'm going to trim this down because I'm not going to use all of this detail here, So it's a little, we're just going to trim it to 6. And that's going to mean that our top and our bottom are exactly the same. And then I'm going to do it again by 6. But we've still got a really nice panel here that we could use for another card. So I'm going to place that now onto, do I need it to be a little bit smaller? Let's just take 2 notches off each edge so that I can mat and lay this onto a piece of gold mirror. Did that come off? There we go. So this now should fit really nicely onto our mirror, and you've got all of that gorgeous detailing just coming through. So we're going to make a really big 8x8 card for this. I'm going to take my piece here and I'm going to cut this again just slightly smaller than, actually let's go, no, we'll cut it slightly smaller than 8x8, again by 2, just so we can add a gold mat and layer.
I feel like you don't usually make 8x8 cards.
No, I'm pushing the boat out today.
Yes.
So that's 6x6, that's 8x8. So I'm going to again, how much of this do we want on here? Do we want an inch all the way around? Let's do this at 7. Let's do this a little bit smaller than 7x7. And I want to, I think, add another colour to this. So looking at the colours we've got in this collection, this is going to fit on here. And then this is going to go on here like that. So you've got all of that really nice rich tone. I think what we're going to do is, have I got any more gold mirror? Let's have a look, because we've got everything. We've got a lot of everything else, but I think gold is something that we're short of. I might just change up the way I'm going to make this card. So instead I'm going to cut this, just trim this. This was 8x8, but I'm just going to trim it to 7x7. Oh, it's fine, don't worry. And then I'm going to bring in some more of my Adorable Scribble cardstock. And we're going to do, I think we'll bring that green back in again, because we've got green in here. So we're going to bring in this panel, and this will be our 8x8. So there's lots of card going on this. So if you really wanted to make the most out of it, this is where you can be gutting into the center of your card pieces and making the most out of it. But let's start to layer.
What, like saving the squares?
Yeah.
Cool.
So if you cut sort of like into this by like maybe, because this panel is going to be an inch, so if you cut into it by like 1.25 inches,
yeah,
and then stick it on your card, you can still use the inside, because you're not going to see that when it's layered on the card. But when we're super speedy crafting on the telly, we don't have the time to be able to be that particular. So stick this on and make sure it's straight. Let's add that. Oh, I'm going to have to go from here. I think this is slightly larger than it needs to be. It is. So let's just trim that now. I'm going to do it with my scissors, because otherwise I'll make a mess.
Oh,
I'm just going to make that.
About yours will like line there.
It's just a little bit too thin, and I know that if I go in with my trimmer, I'm going to cut into the green cardstock, and because I've got lots of layers,
yeah,
when you start making one layer wonky, then you're stuck with the rest of them as well, because you're going to have to at some point tidy the rest of them up. So we can put everything else together now. We're going to go in with our foiled cardstock, our matte and layer for our red. So just building up really nice layouts with cardstock sometimes means that you can use sort of like minimal kit but still make really beautiful cards. So again, I've got 2 more pieces to go on here, and then our background, and it looks really nice on the reverse as well with this detailing on here. So I'm just going to make sure that that's really nice and adhered onto there, so that when we pull this off, it's going to make sure it sticks in all of those grooves. So placing this onto here first of all, and then we're going to add this onto our second layer, which is going to be our red. And with this one as well, I've changed sort of like the sizings on all of my sort of panels, which is going to make it look really fun as well, because each one you've got sort of like 2/8 of an inch of different colours, and then you've got sort of like a full inch of different colours, so it's going to look really fun when this is all pulled together. Bringing in that gold again on this outside edge. I've stuck that a little bit wonky, but it will do.
I can't tell.
And then I'm going to pop this onto our last piece of foiled cardstock. All of those colours and patterns just work so good together. And then this is going to go onto our green.
They're great for Father's Day as well. This one.
Really, really good for Father's Day. There's so many amazing sort of colourways in here. So I'm going to stick this way around. Just bring in that little bit of green back in. So we've got all of those layers to go, and then let's see what we can use from our topper, because I did say I don't want to use everything that we've got in here. I just want to use sort of like smaller pieces. So I think I'm going to go with You Bring Colour Into the World, because we've got lots of sort of colour that we've got on here. I'm going to use these two smaller toppers as well, these sort of like button toppers that we've got in here. And then I think as well we will go in with our border strip across the sort of middle of our card.
Catherine's just had her magazine delivered as we are live.
Ooh.
Enjoy. I think a few people are waiting for those to be delivered.
You are going to love this when it comes through the door. I'm also going to take this one as well, because when I've popped this together now, there is a little bit of space that isn't a bad thing, but sometimes you want it to be a little bit better. So I'm just going to trim that there, so we've got the full happy birthday. And then while it's on here, I want to just go slightly over that gold on that first bit, so I can just level that up on there. Add our tape to this, and I'm going to create loads of dimension and height with the toppers. So we'll pop this through. Oh, that sort of 2/3 mark of our card. Make sure that it's the right way around.
A few people as well are saying they've not used embossing for ages or die cutting, so it's certainly a good reason to get back into it.
It really is, you know, and if you've never sort of like tried it, it's a really nice thing to have the opportunity to, you know, it's included with this magazine, it's free, so it's definitely a really good thing to get your hands on and get crafting with. So let's pop that one on there. I'll add this one on double foam pads, so it just sits higher than that first topper that we've got, and this one says live life and have fun, so that's just going to tuck under there. And then these two, I can add these on. I'll just cut into my foam pads just to make little strips that are going to fit on there. That's going to fit perfectly. And then let's see if we've got some red or green ones that are going to work well with this one. So best wishes.
I bet green will
in
look
there.
nice.
And then we want those Christmassy reds if we've got them. Let's have a look in the other one. Got pinks, we've got greens. Greens could work quite nicely. Still looking for those reds. Here we go. I'm going to bring in that red colour again. And I'm going to just pop these, I think, at the bottom here, just running across this section. And this one would look amazing with one of those inserts in as well that you've got.
Oh, that looks so good.
There you go. Not using that much from this kit that time, but really adding in all of that detail with all the added extras that you can be grabbing your hands on.
Yeah, absolutely. And so what is the back one? Is that the foiled card?
So we've got the Adorable Scorable,
Yep.
the foil card, Adorable Scorable, our double-sided paper, and then elements from that topper.
Oh, Love
Ooh.
it. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So 2 lovely, very extravagant cards by our Natalie this morning, and lots of love for them as well on our Facebook. But let's just recap. So you can grab this magazine for £9.99 and you're going to get the free gifts that you can just see here. So you can see absolutely everything there, and there's those double-sided papers at the bottom, and don't forget to get a little bit more for your money and print those inserts out at home. And yeah, and don't forget embossing folder. So much in this magazine, and more than 100 projects for you to try. So perfect if you've got a nice quiet afternoon, have a read through, get a cup of tea and just have a look at everything that you're going to get in this magazine. So that's all about the magazine. So let's just quickly recap this week's Win It Weekly question. So we want to know the answer to the following question. What is the official dish of the King's coronation? Is it A, quiche, is it B, cake, or is it C, curry? So we've had quite a few answers already pop up, so don't forget to let us know, and we will pick 2 winners on Friday. And sorry Nat, but I might have to come straight back to you.
That's fine, I'm ready.
Oh no, actually, I've got a little something to show you.
Oh.
So of course you will have seen
yes.
that we've got on our hub, we've got the digi stamps for, are these stamps or dies for the coronation? In case you've not done any.
There's stamps.
There's
Yeah, there's digi stamps. They're
So-
very cute.
So we've got them if you want to do any coronation crafting this week. And we've also got, if you want to get ahead, our Father's Day ones. So let's have a look at some of these that the team have made. How beautiful are they? You know, if you've got some pens lying around, just make sure you print them out. And is the bottom one a die?
The bottom one's a die, yeah.
Yeah.
That one's still available on the website, so you can grab your hands on that one. But they're really, really fun stamps, and you can size them, or you can just add them into a Word document, size them onto Word, and then
yeah.
print them out and colour them out if you don't have any sort of like clever programs.
So they're just super easy to use. I love how
really,
you
really
made this
fun.
pattern here with these.
It's cute,
So
isn't
good,
it?
yeah. It's really cute. As well, you've double dyed.
I've double die cut it and
Love
then
it.
sort of offed it just to give you that nice mix of colour.
And here we've got this, another one. Beautiful. On acetate here, I think. No, parchment?
Parchment.
And then I think this is my favourite.
This
How
one is
ace
really
this?
cool.
If you've got any card lovers or chess lovers, that's perfect. So yeah, don't forget, go on the hub, you will see, and somebody will post the link, I'm sure, in the comments. So if you want to grab them, you might as well. And then you can have a play at some of the Father's Day cards. But Nat, straight back to you. What are you going to do?
I'm not sure. It's always a worry, isn't it, with me?
You're not sure. Do you need any inspiration? Need any ideas from me?
You know what?
I'm going to use the kit.
I'm going to use the kit.
Yeah.
I'm going to use the die. And we're going to use a little bit of acetate. So what I want to do is make this panel 2 inches. So I'm just going to line that up there. Make that 2 inches. And then I need to, I think we're going to cut this down. So I'm going to use this topper. But I'm not actually going to use this section. I just want to see how tall this is. So it's going to fit really nicely in a 6x6. So let's just trim this down to 6. And then we've got that nice little panel with all the detailing we can bring back at another time. And then I'm going to move on to putting my score lines in, so then I can work out where I want to actually cut it on this side. So this side we're going to work on our inches section, and I'm going to score again at the 2, and then we're going to score at 1, I think. Let's do it at, let's do it at 1 1/4, because we are going to die cut again into this, so we just want to add a little bit more space. This is going to sit really nicely in here, so that is already 3. This I can do, I can cut this now. Let's cut it at 8, because I can bring in that panel. So that's going to give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half. So you'll be able to put this into a 6x6 envelope. Fingers crossed that I make it correctly. So I'm going to pop that on there, and I'm also going to cut away this section to bring this back in. So I'm going to use that. I want to use this. I think I might mix my dies up, you know.
Oh yeah. What, are you going to create a new word?
Well, I'm going to do like especially for you, but I think I might put happy birthday on there as well, so I might use both of them.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to now, lie my Especially For You on here. So this is going to run down this edge of card, so you want to make sure that that line is on your score line. So I'm going to put that in the center of here and trim that out, and then while we are doing all of those bits and pieces, I'm going to put my happy birthday on this panel as well. Is this going to work? You might not be able to see it actually. Let's do this bit first. So popping this through our die cutting machine again. We know it's going to cut beautifully. You know it can work on so many different sort of angles and bits and pieces on your card. So trimming that out on there. Ooh, a big stretch to reach those plates.
Have you been out in your garden yet this year?
No, we haven't. Dan did mow the lawn yesterday, but that's because I was doing a job that he couldn't help with. So he needed to do something else because we've been DIYing all weekend and we're not the best of friends at the moment.
Oh, that always happens though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It always happens.
And you know, I keep complaining and people keep saying, well, Natalie, you did say you do all the DIY projects in your vows, so you wrote this one for yourself. So I really did ruin it for myself, really. This, I need to measure now this section here, so let's just line that up. So that's 4 3/4. So if I'm going to keep it at length just while we're working this out. So I'm going to trim it at a half. I'm going to score it at a half, and then just line that up to your 0. Then we can do that at 4 1/4. Did I say 4 1/4? 4 3/4. See, it's always good to double check. 4 3/4, and then we're going to do it at a half again. So 5 3/4, and then we just want a tiny little tab to stick this around the back. So I'm just going to do it at a half again. So then we can just trim this off now. And I think with what's left on this card piece, you could actually make 2 cards in this sort of style. So let's stick this onto here now. We're going to just move our words out of this section. You want to be really careful when you do this, because remember you have that score line within here already and you don't want to cause any problems with that. I'm just going to use my knife just to poke these little bits out of here. There we go. Oops.
These dies are so versatile, you can use them with all sorts.
I love them. And just using them by themselves as well, or
yeah,
with stamps, with dye, other dyes as well. I mean, everyone loves sentiments when it comes to sort of making cards, and these are just fantastic because you can use them in so many ways. We love them. I think the reason why these ones got designed actually was because our last ones went out of stock, and all the design team complained to Stacey that we needed them back in.
Yeah.
So she designed us 2 brand new sets, and we thought these are going to work perfectly with the themes of this magazine because there's so many really cool occasions that we're going to be able to send these cards for. So let's just pull that out of there, and then that's the sort of that section of our card ready to go. I'm going to stick this on with, let's do it with foam pads so it's a little bit different. That's not going to fit that way. I'm going to pop this panel back in place.
Yeah, if you want to grab those dies, you might as well get them both for $24.98. Otherwise, they are $14.99 each.
What a good saving, getting them both together. And you know you're going to use them. We know that you're going to use these 100%. So I'm just going to pull this out of here because I want to use this frame on my card. I'm just going to pop that over the other way and then just take that pen again and mark it on this section because I want to add tape here and then foam pads again on that piece. So get my foam pads, they're ready. maneuver these around here. Like so. And then I'm going to add a little bit of tape. You don't need to add it the whole way around. Let's go in with this thinner tape onto here just so that sticks nice on that panel that we've added on. So pulling this off now, and then once you've got your topper in place, this card is going to come together really, really quickly. So I'm just going to line up these edges onto here, and I'm going to keep the topper that was actually in it for another one, because I really like this one on here as well, which has this text on that says plant your dreams and grow a happy life. So I'm going to pop that one on, and then let's use the happy birthday from this on our card so we can add that to the front. I think, do I want to pop that on the top? No, let's pop that one inside as well, but we'll double up our foam pad so it stands really proud.
I like the different topper in the middle.
I think
like
the space is
around it.
nice. You've got so much beautiful sort of like it's like a rattan texture. It reminds me of the furniture actually, like your garden furniture. It's such a gorgeous pattern that it just works really nice with this. So I'm going to stick that in the centre there, and then let's use our red tape on here. I did have a bigger piece of red tape. Oh, I've forgotten a different part as well. I've cut this out of gold, and I was going to sort of offset this underneath just to give you that nice look. So where's my scissors? Let's use my super skinny foam for this, because I want to make sure it's just...
I didn't even see you cut the gold one out.
I pre-did that one.
Oh.
I sneakily did that one and then nearly forgot about it. So I'll just trim away this, and I'm cutting it while that red liner tape is on, because I am actually going even thinner than that red liner tape, because we just want that tiny little piece to sit
I'd never
underneath
think
this.
to do a little shadow, but that would look really good.
It's just going to bring out the design that we've got in. So I'll just line this up, and we're going to go, let's go up and to the side. So once you've got one section done, the other will sort of fall into place, and then we can just go back in with our scissors and just cut away those end pieces so they don't show up.
I think it helps you can see it more with the gold.
It does, doesn't it? It looks really, really cool. Right, let's put this together now. Fold all of your scores on your acetate. Super proud. We're going to stick our really big red liner tape, and I've got it somewhere. I know I have. Here it is. I'm going to stick that on this section here, and then I'm going to place it on the outside of that section, but then on the inside of this section, because this is going to fold around our card and sit just on the back panel. So let's take this off now. I'm just going to take one side off at a time while we line all this up. So this is going to fit on this back panel here.
I feel like you started the week of crafting very fancy this morning, so you've got to keep that up now for the
don't I?
whole week.
The whole week's going to have to be out of the box crafting.
Pull all the stops out.
So that's going to fit on there. Just get all of those bits out of our acetate, and then we'll bring this around here, and that's going to fit in really nicely and just give you that nice little box effect, which is going to look really beautiful. So just trimming that out there now, placing that on really tight on those edges, and just popping that into place like so. And then we're finishing off with our tiny little sentiment that says happy birthday.
I love it.
There's so many. This is actually probably my favourite card of the day.
Yeah.
It's really cute.
Same.
So our happy birthday can just sit up there. And then we didn't have gold gemstones, did we? Let's go for green this time. We've got a beautiful sort of emerald green in our gemstones, and they just look incredible with the green that we have in this kit. So let's pop those on there, and then we're done. There you go.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, that's my favourite.
It's my favourite too.
Yeah.
Save the best till last, as always.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much.
You're
It's
welcome.
been lovely to craft with you this fine morning.
It's been great to be here with you.
I don't think we've done a show together since...
Last year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like probably this time last year.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, thank you so much. So that's it from us today, but don't worry if you need more of Hunkydory. We are on Hobby Maker this afternoon. Anne-Marie is there at 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock. So you can have another look at this magazine, and you can also see our fabulous decollage collection. It's ace, isn't it?
It's so good.
It's good. So if you are a decollage fan, don't forget to check that out. But Natalie and Kat will be back with that tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. But thank you so much for watching, and we will see you here tomorrow. Thank you. Goodbye.